Hello and welcome, and thank you for checking out this video. Today I have with me Miss Pooja Sanandhya. Pooja worked with ClientJoy as product owner, and she's had quite the journey with us. She's worked with us for more than 3 years, and today I'm having a quick conversation with her about what her experience of working with ClientJoy was. Welcome, Pooja, and thank you for doing this. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Yash?
I'm doing great as well. And one of the things that I forgot to mention was Pooja has moved on from ClientJoy and she's currently working as product manager at Go High Level CRM, and she has actually gone high level. And it is a pleasure from our side working with her as well. And without kind of much ado, let me just start. For people who might be watching this, if you can tell us a little bit about. So you worked with us for 3 years, and so tell us a little bit about your journey of how did it start, and then where did you end up, and what was it like?
Yes. So I started as a junior project manager at Griddle, which was earlier known as Griddle. So I started my journey as a junior project manager, and that was like the first step in myself knowing about actual project management and actual, how technical work and development goes through.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my first interaction, and I was given with one of the toughest customers till date that I consider that we have handled, which was in regards to buy one. And they are the ones who are situated in Canada and USA. They are doing something very similar to Shopify. So we started with that project, and then going forward, we did around 6 to 7 projects across a while.
Mm-hmm.
Once I was a junior project manager, I moved on to project manager. During that time, that was the shift that I actually realized in terms of learning also. So when you are junior, you are not the person who takes all the calls that comes across finance or certain hard decision making in regards to timelines and sales. But then when you become a project manager, all the main decision making comes on your and if you say something like you agree to this point, then you need to agree till the end. So when I became project manager, the idea was the expectation management was like from 0 to 1,000. And the responsibilities were very it was new for me, and the part you make mistake once and then you learn 3 times that if you write such type of thing, you are going to get back something like this way. So it helped me to become then if I am smarter, then I became like smarter when I was working as a project manager. And you get to know a lot of things in regards to development, how teams work across. And then you get to implement like processes and everything in regards to different ladders of project management. So that was like one good thing that happened to me. And then we moved across, like moving from a service-based company to a product-based company. That was lateral shift in just not in like how we earn our revenue, but it was in a mindset that we used to do. So earlier you imagine that you're working for somebody else. You used to consider not as your baby. But once you start working as a project manager, you need to consider that whatever you do, it's your baby. So if you feed it properly, or if you are able to take care of it, you'll be able to grow it into a mature individual. So that's when the shift happened, and that is when the major learning, like you are learning in schools and boards and everything, but then this became like my transition from my college to my university lifestyle. Like, you are there in my 10th and then you are going to directly to college. So the learning graph just got like high, and you get to like interact with real people, which are like, hundreds and thousands of users. And that is when, the major, understanding comes into picture. So until you are a project manager, you don't get a holistic view of, how products or how, actual strategies have been designed. But when you become a product manager, you get to know a lot of aspects in regards to learning. That is when, and then I moved on as product owner of ClientJoy. That is when the real game started for me. Like expectation management is not from like just one person or 2 person. It's like 2 different products, 2 different user base, the target audience. And the way we used to launch each and every, and then the response we used to get, it was pretty much, the learning that I did actually during my associate product management time. It helped me to actually help out during the product management, managing like 2 products at simultaneously one point. So I think so the journey was amazing. I'd say my learning graph just went from like 0 to 10,000. And definitely, I'd say like one of the things that I liked about, during my journey at Landra was I used to get to experiment a lot, which is the reason that helped me to grow a lot. So I think so that's like one key point that helps me define my journey, that I used to experiment a lot and I used to learn a lot. So once you do that, you get to, get exposed to a lot of different things, which you earlier thought, oh, this is just smaller thing. But then you get to realize, oh, this is like a vast thing that I'm jumping into.
Yeah, absolutely. And so thank you for sharing that. You're actually a model case, right? So starting from a junior project manager, being a small part of a project, of a client's company, and then moving to project management, where you're handling that account and the team on our side all by yourself, and then moving to a product management role, and then moving to a product owner role, where you are not just where the work that you're doing is not just part of someone else's business, it's a part of your business, and then you have stakeholders in terms of users and obviously all the other people
internal,
as well, and so that's kind of a great journey, and thank you for sharing that for the benefit of people who are watching this. The other thing that I wanted to kind of understand from you was, in your experience, how would you describe the work atmosphere and the whole approach of collaboration at Planner?
Yes. So I'd say like the experience is amazing. Nobody can define in words also for me. If I had to say like, if I had to give like 10-line words, I don't think I will be able to explain it. I'd say it's more than amazing for me. I'd say one of the best things that I like about our culture is like an open door policy, which is like, you are happy to hear anything that's there as an idea and you will try to implement it as long as it's in our hands. So we have done like so many different things during our time, during our services, during product time also. We have taken like extremes of risk also, and we have measured those risks and then strategized and did a lot of things, which was like, if I was like there in other companies, I don't think so like, I would have to get that open door policy where, I can just come in and, discuss with you or anybody in the team. So I like that approach very much in our company. The second thing that I loved about our organization was the environment which we used to create. It was like never like, 9 to 5 job. It was more like, you come at a comfortable timing, you discuss with us, have a good time, learn from us, and definitely those weekends which we ideally say they are like, for us to relax. That was the time when, actual realizations used to kick in. So by the time like Monday comes in, we are like all prepared for new war and new things used to be there. And I think so like peer-to-peer learning, like everybody was new from like, mindset of services to products. So we had a huge mindset creation that we need to do for our product management. But I think so like our team was like ready to understand, and ready to kick in whenever it was required. So I think so that, we have a lot of things to yet learn. But I think so that, we have initiated the first step that, we are ready to openly accept things and openly learn things. That is like a bit hard and also I'd say like, I've worked with majority time with technical developers and technical people. So earlier it used to be like, there was a barrier in explaining me certain things, but then with time that barrier went away. They understood like, I cannot understand like exact technical things, but then the barrier went away. They'd openly share the problem that they were actually facing. Then they'll come for solution. What is the best way to, talk to this person, how to put forward, like, this is the idea, how to put forward in terms of, implementation. So I think so, like, that way our team had given like 100% effort. And one of the best parts is that every time I used to come to office, I had like that smile and cheer, because I knew like today is a new day and I'll learn new things. And when we were doing services, that idea was totally like, new day, new challenge. But with product, it was like new day, new learning. So I think so like our journey has been like phenomenal in terms of, teams, culture. And the best part is like, you yourself have helped us a lot in terms of, culture building. So I think so like we have an amazing culture in our, office.
Awesome, and thank you for those kind and generous words. And so that takes me to my last but one question, which is where, what is, having been with this company, obviously since its inception, I lost the mindset of a new person entering this company. And so if the person who's watching this video is going to join us soon, or is thinking of applying to ClientJoy and kind of join us in helping agencies and freelancers manage their clients better and grow their business, and if we kind of decide to work together, then what are a couple of things that according to you they should know before they come over here?
So I think there are very few things like they need to know. One of them is how to do product management, or how product runs inside a company. I know it's very different in all different companies, but at least you should have a basic knowledge about it. That helps you to kickstart with the people. You need to be extrovert in your conversations. It's okay not to share about yourself, but it's better to have an extrovert conversation, so that if you initiate the conversation, the other person will not feel that you are not sharing anything. So that's like the second thing. And third thing is be creative. I think so, like inside our whole company, I know each and everyone like personally too. I think so everyone has one creative standpoint that's there, and that makes them very innovative in terms of their role inside the team. So I think so whoever joins in, if they have a creative approach towards each and everything, like for example, if somebody is very good with music, or somebody is very good with writing paragraphs, or somebody is very good with clicking pictures, I think so those type of people help us in achieving like those things which we at certain times individual lack in. So I think so we should find somebody who should be like very creative and nurturing themselves, like growing themselves gradually. So that's the third thing that I encourage a person to have.
Nice. So like have a small creative angle that kind of gives an X factor to a team. Right? So if even if you are a back-end engineer, but if you can click great photographs, and if that's your passion, then that kind of gives you an X factor. And so there are people who play musical instruments over here. There are people who play great sports at ClientJoy as well. And so awesome. So thank you for taking out the time, Pooja, today and sharing your journey, a little bit about the work atmosphere and environment, and a couple of things that any new joinee or a person who's considering applying to ClientJoy should know about. And so thanks for that, Pooja.
Thank you so much.